Welcome back to Ask the Trade Pros, a show where a couple trade guys talk about trade stuff. We're here to answer your questions about your HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and other home systems so you can keep your home running smoothly. I'm Todd.
And I'm Jordan.
Today we got a question from Ben. He writes, in most episodes, you recommend talking to your local trusted trade pro to get more information. But how do you know who is trustworthy and a trade pro?
That is a great question. It is a very hard question to answer because sometimes you don't know if you're talking to somebody who's a trusted trade pro or if they're just blowing smoke at you. So today, let's go over some of the signs to look out for when looking for your own trusted trade pros and some of the techniques you can use to help locate a trusted trade pro. So let's start at the beginning. Here in Arizona, we'd use the Register of Contractors. Most states have some similar type of board. One of the first things I would start with is, are they registered contractor? We run into this a lot where, especially on plumbing side and sometimes on electrical side, we'll get to talking to a customer. We're out there, we're fixing something. They had their guy or their person there before us, and they talk about how good they are. And then we keep going through it, and we start seeing some flaws in the work. They're not up to code. They're not up to standards. And then it comes out, and it turns out that they're just a handyman. They're not actually a registered contractor. They haven't been traded.
What do you mean? Everyone's a plumber.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. We run into that all the time. Oh, my plumber friend was out here, and we're like, you mean your neighbor that shopped at Home Depot?
Yeah, so handyman, some handyman are good, so we're not saying anything bad about the handyman industry. However, it is also the best practice to make sure somebody's not only licensed, have a ROC license number, but honestly licensed in what you're having them do. We come across that all the time as well, that, somebody's licensed for electrical, but they're doing a remodel or doing an addition where you need license for every aspect of the work. So in a remodel, that could involve a lot of different licenses, a plumbing license, a building license, a general license.
Absolutely. And look up the license too, because the other day I ran across a customer that was having issues with their contractor, and they said, yeah, he's a licensed contractor. And we looked up the license, and the license was like irrigation. And this is not a plumber. This is a guy that works on irrigation. So yeah, he had a license, and his documentation said he had a license, but without looking at what the license was for, or if there's any reports or notices or anything listed against the license, give it a little more detail. Look into it a little bit, not just a license number. Make sure the license is for what they're doing, and also make sure the license is for them. We've run into a few instances where somebody's working, quote unquote, under somebody's license. So it's not their license. They're not part of the company. They're not the trained professional. They're just using somebody's license number in order to perform work.
So we shouldn't hire somebody with the ROC license for window washing to do our rewire on our house?
Oh, absolutely. You should hire them. Just know what you're going to get, that they're going to wash your windows very well.
Let's talk about a few other things. So we've talked about being licensed, certified, etc. When you're looking for somebody to trust and looking for a job to get done, I would start with what is it that you're looking to get done? And do some research. Everything is Google now, right? Everyone's looking at Google, doing Google searches, always trying to find somebody. So when you're doing that, you're going to have a lot of ads pop up. But what most people now do is look at reviews. Reviews are important.
Reviews are very important. Reviews are also a very difficult way. You have to read through the reviews. We have this a lot. We're a very highly rated company on every site, basically. But we've run into a lot of times where people can fake their Google reviews, where they can buy their Google reviews. So they're just bot-generated reviews that say, blah, 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 did great job. What you want to look in the reviews is you want to look for detail. You want to see what they said. Like, did they get a specific service performed? Is it the specific service that you want? Did they have even a personal technician or a personal connection where they recommended somebody because maybe you can request that specific person or that specific division or whatnot? So read the reviews, absolutely, but also pay attention to the reviews for what seems like AI generated or bot generated reviews, generic reviews. Try to get some specifics in those reviews. Also, I would recommend on the reviews that you check more than Google. We are highly ranked on the Better Business Bureau. We're highly ranked on Yelp. We're highly ranked on Nextdoor. We're highly ranked on Google. We're highly ranked on Angie. So we have our high rank across the board. We see a lot of companies that will have a 4.8, 4.9 on Google because they've bought reviews, and they will be ranked 2 or 3 on every other site. They have horrible reviews everywhere else because they didn't buy those ones.
Yeah, good point. So Google, I'm not sure what type of algorithms they use, but like Jordan said, a lot of people pay for their reviews, whereas Yelp, for example, they have ways of combating that, and it's very difficult to leave a review that is not real.
Yeah, one of the other things, and I know we're in a modern society where if it's not online, it doesn't matter, but good old-fashioned word of mouth. Talk to your neighbors. There are digital versions of this. We get a lot of Nextdoor groups. We get a lot of Facebook groups where people consult with somebody they know. But find somebody with a personal experience. Find somebody that's used them. That can speak more than 1,000 bot-generated reviews will do for you. One of the other best tricks for finding a trade pro, and I don't know how other states do it so much, but out here, get a service call with them. Give them a test run. Have them come out for a free estimate, or have them come out for a small service call and see how that goes. See how you like the people. See how you like the experience. We've had a lot of customers that basically give us a test run. They'll call us out for something small. They need a faucet changed out. They need an outlet changed out. They want something, just their AC checked up. Just a little call, something not too serious. And they're basically judging us on how the experience went. Did the technician provide the information to them? Was the office easy to deal with? Did they get the information in a format that was easily explainable to them? How was the experience? We're at Done Right Services, and we call ourselves Done Right Doctors, right? DRS. And it's no different than going to your regular doctor. You go for the doctor the first time, you're going to see how it goes. When you go in the office, did they treat you well? Did you have a good conversation with them? Did they make you feel comfortable? Finding a trusted trade pro isn't much different. Have them come out to your house. Have them talk to them. See how it feels. See if you're comfortable with the way they treated your stuff, the way they acted in your house. We try not to make fun of them, but we have inside jokes in the trades. How many trade guys do you get that come out that maybe haven't showered in a couple of days, or they're dressed in a dirty shirt? So bring them out. Give them a trial run. That's a good way to know whether you like them or not. Todd is really easy to be trusted. He takes anyone that shows up at his house. Don't listen to him.
So thanks, Ben. We appreciate the question, and we hope we gave you some good insider information with finding your local trusted trade pro. And if you're in Arizona at Done Right Services, you're always in good hands.
As always, thanks for listening today. We release new episodes every other Tuesday, so if you want more of the Ask the Trade Pro tips, then don't forget to subscribe.
As always, if there's something you're curious about and want us to cover, send us a message and we may dive into it in an upcoming episode. You can find that contact information in the show notes. Thank you to Done Right Services for sponsoring this podcast.